Hi, welcome back to my channel. This is the White Feather Tarot, and in today's reading we're taking a look at what others see about you that you don't see about yourself. And quite frankly, we sometimes need to look at how we appear on the outside world, how others see us, because it really helps us to analyze ourselves better, to see ourselves in a more full perspective so that we can adjust ourselves and not get stuck in our heads with only how we see ourselves. This way we can integrate our opinions of ourselves along with the opinions of others to create more holistic view of ourselves that will really help us grow. So if you're interested in this reading, we have 4 piles for you here today. For pile number 1, we have Lapis Lazuli. For pile number 2, we have Petrified wood. For pile number 3, we have Rhodonite. And for pile number 4, we have Pyrite. Take a look very closely at these stones and see which one or which ones are calling the most for you. That's how you use your intuition. And if you feel drawn to one or more piles, then these are probably the readings for you here today. As usual, you'll find the timestamps down in the description box. Click on your times and I'll see you in your readings. Hi, pile number 1. So you've chosen this beautiful Lapis Lazuli. And oh, isn't this stone just beautiful? And if you've been drawn to this stone, I totally understand why. Because this stone is all about spiritual truth. It's about enlightenment. But most important, it's about inner vision. And what I see here is that people see that you have a lot of inner strength because you're able to walk away from people or from situations that you don't like. And the part that you don't know about this is that while they may show you that you act in a crazy way sometimes, or if you're too dramatic for walking away, or they show you that they don't care that you walked away, the thing that you don't know here is that people really admire your courage for standing up for yourself and for having the courage to not fear societal pressure. And this is what they truly admire about you. I think they wish they too can go to the beat of their own drum, to have the sort of courage to do that, to have their own thoughts and act upon them and not fear society. So that's definitely something that's very clear out here. And I think with the Lapis Lazuli, this stone helps you quiet down your thoughts, the many thoughts that you have, so that you have a clear mind. You go into this nothingness so that you're able to access better ideas and better solutions to whatever it is you're thinking about. And what I see here is that people see you constantly as being able to cut toxic people out of your life. They admire your ability to walk away, to face bullies and move out and not allow yourself to experience their toxicity. And while this keeps you alone a lot of the times, I think you forget, pile number 1, to celebrate how strong you are, and that this loneliness is sometimes a result of your strength and not your weakness, pile number 1. Wow, that was amazing. Okay, so let's take a look at your tarot cards and see what else other people see about you. Whoa, that you don't. Okay, I think I'm going to take the 3 cards this time. So what I see that people see about you, pile number 1. I'm not taking reversals today at all. Nothing wrong with reversals, but I've decided with this reading I wasn't going to do any reversals. I've been called not to do reversals these couple of days, if you've noticed. Okay, so with the Ace of Wands, pile number 1, I see that people see you as not only a creative person, but a person who is able to build everything from nothing. And what I see here is that you don't realize just how much you're way ahead of people when it comes to building things. And while it comes easy for you to build things, I don't think you give yourself enough credit of just how much you're able to create a lot of things from nothing, how you're able to find creative solutions. And another thing that I see that people really see about you is your ability to get back up. I think people admire how you are able to pick yourself back up despite the really harsh challenges that you go through. I think, pile number one, that people see you from afar and see the things you've gone through, and I think they get petrified. They fear, they feel that if they were in your place, they wouldn't really be able to uh, uh, pick themselves up like that at all. So kudos to you, pile number one. And I think, again, you need to be giving yourself this type of credit and not forget it, and not forgetting how hard you've worked to be where you are today, how much emotional strength that you have. And I think sometimes you focus on your weak things that you need to develop and work on, and forget the strong aspects that you have and how naturally they almost come to you. And I think you should be celebrating that about yourself, pile number one. Okay, so you have here the Wheel of Fortune. And with the Wheel of Fortune, pile number one, I see the people around you seeing you as a naturally very blessed person. You might not think that you are very blessed, pile number one, because sometimes you might take the blessings that you have for granted. Or you might be taking the blessings that you forget to look at the blessings you have, because you're constantly in a growth mindset trying to look at what you can fix. But you really forget, pile number one, just how much far ahead you are of people, and how much blessings, countless blessings that you have, how much you have that other people are struggling to just create or have the beginning of. So I really advise you, pile number one, to list down all the blessings that you have, because I think it will really give you a boost, remembering just how much you have that other people don't. So I think this is an invitation for you to journal about this today, to think of all the things that you are naturally given that other people just can't dream to have, pile number one. So what I see here with people is that people think you're a very abundant, blessed person despite of what you're going through. And I think there's a lot of jealousy here. I think people are very they feel that you're so far ahead in so many ways that this creates jealousy. This creates a lot of hate between the people around you, and they feel like they compare themselves to you and they hate where you are because it's so far ahead, pile number one. And that's something I think that you need to remember in order to grow, because if you keep focusing on what you need to fix, which is wonderful, and forgetting what you have, I think you might hurt yourself a little bit, which you don't want along the way. You want to grow your self-confidence with you, which you already have, but you want to grow it. And so pile number one, never forget to count your blessings. Okay, so with the Devil card here, pile number one, again, I see an extreme energy of envy. You are really envied, pile number one, for who you are, for the blessings that you have, for the strength that you have. And I think as a result, you have a lot of people who pretend to be there for you and pretend to give out a helping hand, and you realize when you need them, they're not there. A lot of them, a lot of the time. And I think you've suffered a lot from having a lot of fake people around you, of having a lot of people trying to control you, even though you are never controlled, pile number one. And so what I see here that people see about you is that they see other people being jealous of you. So it's not that they are just jealous of you. I think what clearly people see about you is that you are a person who is so blessed that other people, they can see other people clearly hating on them and clearly being jealous of them. I think that people as well, even if they don't see other people hating on you, I think with all the blessings that you have, the internal thoughts that people have about you straight away is that you're the type of person that people would definitely be jealous of right away. I mean, what kind of blessings do you have, pile number one? I would love to know. Please let me know in the comment section. I would love to get to know more about you and all about the things that really people admire about you. It seems like you're so far ahead, pile number 1. Okay, so let's take a look at the Osho Tarot now and see what other people see about you that you don't see, pile number 1. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so inner voice. So pile number 1, right away, I see that people see you as a very wise person. They love your thinking patterns. They love how you reach conclusions. They think you're always well read, and you always go deep into things. And I think that with your mental abilities and your intelligence and your intellect, you are very intimidating to others. And that really makes people afraid to discuss some things with you sometimes. And at the same time, I don't think you really give enough credit to yourself, because with the inner voice, I see here, pile number 1, that you have a lot to give. You have a lot to say, but you don't speak. Pile number 1, you have blue here for throat chakra. So I see here an invitation. See, silence. Again, doing things in silence. So your theme is to do things without speaking much about it. But I think you're being invited now to start speaking up, because you have so much wisdom and people would love to hear you, pile number 1. I know you have too much self-confidence to tell people how you think sometimes, but I think it's important to connect. It's important to share your wisdom, and that's what the card here is inviting you to do with the inner voice and the high priestess. I think there's a lot of wisdom. You always have the full picture. You dive deep into your thoughts and your readings, and I think you have a lot to say that is very well balanced, and people really envy you for your wisdom and they always feel like you have something amazing to say. So pile number 1, speak it up, say it. And I know you have too much self-confidence to convince anyone with anything, but this is really about you opening up to others and showing them who you are even more, and letting the world get a piece of you, enjoy the blessings that you have with you, because you have so much to give to the world, pile number 1. Okay, so here, what I truly see is that people would love to hear more of you. They secretly want to hear your opinions. They secretly want to know what you're thinking about. And they secretly want to know what you're up to. So you don't have to fulfill that part. But I think you can definitely share more of you and share more of your wisdom with them. And if they do, and if because of their jealousy they show you that they don't want to hear you, in fact, pile number 1, I think they truly want to listen to what you have to say. All right, so here with postponement, pile number 1, I see what people see about you is that you live in such a beautiful, picture perfect, fruitful world that is full of blessings. But that's just part of the picture. You do have a lot of blessings, that's for sure. But the fact is, pile number 1, is that you live in a much more tougher world. I'm not saying it's negative, it's just a bit tough at the moment. And with the rainbows here, I do see that you're healing. You're really healing, pile number 1. And I do see that you're starting to level up and match that picture little by little. But it's by no means as perfect as what other people see and think. And you do have a lot of challenges ahead, and I see it's because you're a secretive person, a person who doesn't share much about their lives. They don't know just how much you've gone through and how much you are still going through, and how much it took for you to get to where you are today, and for you to look the way you look and to have what you have. And it wasn't an easy journey, pile number 1, and you must really congratulate yourself for that, and give credit to yourself for that, because again, like I see here in your reading, you haven't been giving yourself enough credit. You're always focused on what you need to do next. You're very wise, but you don't stop and smell the roses sometimes. And while they're not very right about your perfect world, pile number 1, they are right that you do have a lot of blessings that you are not taking a look at. So have a look at that, pile number 1, and really take your time to bask in the bliss and the blessings of what you have, so that you can enjoy your growth even more. Pile number 1, it was really a pleasure doing your reading for you. And if you've liked this reading, please give me a thumbs up. Share your thoughts in the comments. I would love to get to know more about you. And subscribe so that you never miss a reading that I upload the next time. Bye! Hi, pile number 2. So you've chosen this beautiful petrified wood. And I mean, if you Google pictures of petrified wood, you would be amazed with the crystals that form inside the wood. They form with time, and so petrified wood is all about patience. You'd be surprised with all the beautiful crystals that are inside. And so right away, what I see people see about you that you don't see is the surprise factor. And so you work with your projects or on yourself or the things that you want to create very secretly. You're not always looking for outside, outside approval. You're very self-confident and you work quietly. And so all of a sudden, all your work suddenly shows up and people are shocked. They cannot imagine how you've reached this amount of blessings. And so this could be in so many areas. This could be related to your work, maybe your money, maybe you have some great saving abilities and you save and people are just don't know how much you've saved and invest, and all of a sudden, poof, you've got something amazing. And I think that this is something that really blows people's minds. And I don't think you are aware of just how amazing this is to the outside world. It's because you yourself, you've seen the process, you've seen how you work at things bit by bit, but you forget, pile number 2, to credit yourself for the amount of work and dedication and self-discipline that you put, and so much, and the amount of love you put into whatever you do that not everyone is able to do, pile number 1. So I see here with your growth factors that you need to give yourself more credit. I know you always say it's because of hard work, but hard work on itself is something to admire and something to love about yourself, pile number 2. Okay, so let's see with the light tarot, the light seers tarot. How do others see you, and what do they see in you that you don't see in yourself, pile number 2? All right, so you have the Tower. This again, the shock factor really appears here, pile number 2. I think you're not aware of just how much striking you are, pile number 2. Not just with what you do, but with who you are. I think just like the petrified wood, you might blend in very well initially with society. I mean, you're good looking, you have this nice calm character and everything, but I think you are the sort of person that the more people know you, the more they're absolutely mind blown at how amazing you are, at how gorgeous you are, at how much you take care of yourself. I think pile number 2, you're not aware of just how much electricity you cause people. I think a lot of people are attracted to you, which is something you don't give yourself enough credit for. I think you're so focused in your lane that you don't really see how much of an effect you have on other people. So I see a lot of people really being mind blown with you in terms of even in platonic relationships. They see that they want to come close to you and get to know you more and see what you do and try to learn from you. I see a lot of people who want to get under your wing and learn your craft and learn whatever it is that you're up to because they're so inspired by you. And of course, a lot of people really being attracted to you. And for some reason, pile number 2, you are not aware of just how much of an electrifying effect you have on people. So what's going on here, pile number 2? Why don't you understand just how much of an effect you have on people. There is sadness here, pile number 1. You have sadness that has grown with you. Maybe you have been hurt in the past deeply, and you don't believe people anymore. I see. So pile number 2, I think you might have had a traumatic experience in the past, a really bad relationship, either with a parent, a mother, or an ex-partner. And I think they've created this veil between you and yourself. You're not able to see yourself for who you are. And I think it's time, pile number 1, that you wake up and you see just how much of an effect you have on people. And petrified wood reminds me of the word petrified. And I think you're really afraid of connecting with people. You don't really believe how much they like you because you've been taught by past relationships that you don't give this effect. But you do see how the thunder creates heart, and this is the first time I noticed that. And so this really shows me that you need to open your eyes up. You need to see things properly for how they are, pile number 2, and see that you are truly admired. You have a great effect on people, and you should tap into this energy again, because it will really attract the right people to you that will change your idea about how you see yourself. So first and foremost, you need to change that for yourself, and then you'll be attracting the people who show you just how amazing you are. Pile number 1. Wow, that was amazing, really. Okay, so you have the moon here. I'm not taking reversals. I said that a million times. I think this week I'm not going to be taking reversals. You'll notice that in my readings this week. Okay, so you have the moon here. And with the moon, what I see here, pile number 2, is that people think that you're not, you don't appear much. And I think you're not noticing that, because I think your lack of appearances makes you think that nobody wants to see you, no one wants to know what you're up to, and that it's not that important for you to be around. But actually, pile number 2, surprisingly, for you, not for anyone else, your appearance is greatly appreciated. I think people would love to reconnect with you. I think you've cut off for quite a while, and I think people would love to reconnect with you. I think you need to get out of your head just a little bit and see things clearly for how they are. And don't let your emotions and past sadness, the first thing that I've seen was sadness. Don't let your past sadness rule your world, pile number 2. Don't let it keep you in this tower moment. I think it's time for you to now heal and start reappearing, because there's so much you can give to the outside world with the petrified wood. You are a gem, and you're not very, and you don't know it. But I think everyone can see it, pile number 2, except you. So you're not just a piece of wood here, pile number 2. There's so much more to you that is just awe-striking. And if you want to see what kind of effect I'm talking about, Google petrified wood and see how you are affected, how mind-blown you are. And that's exactly how people feel being around you. And so here I think that you need to start showing up and not being afraid to show your good side and your bad side. If people don't like you, fine. If people like you, that's great. And I think you just need to move from this energy and from this past sadness and move to a new, and have a new beginning and get yourself out of your loneliness, pile number 2. All right, so let's take a look at your Osho cards and see what do others see about you that you don't see about yourself, pile number 2. So you have breakthrough. Okay, so pile number 1, just like with the petrified wood, when you cut through it and you see how amazing it is, I think that you have this, again, with the tower and the breakthrough, you have this surprise factor to people. There is this whoa, who just walked into the room aura around you, pile number 2, and you don't even know it. I mean, you take care of yourself, you make sure you look good and everything's great, and you just walk around, get into whatever place that you're supposed to show up in. You're like, hi, but you don't understand just how much of an effect you have when you walk in a room, pile number 2. I think you don't know that. And the truth is that your entrance causes a lot of people to say, whoa, who's that? You raise a lot of curiosity. I think a lot of people want to get to know who you are. They see a lot of different aspects in you, and the more you talk and the more you move and the more you speak out your ideas, it blows people's minds. Again, you have the most thing you don't know about yourself, pile number 2, is that you have a great effect on people, and that your existence around them really matters. So if you're all enclosed in yourself and people can't see who you are, I think it's time you break out of this, because there's a lot of blessings coming for you, pile number 2. I think you're about to meet great people who really want to value you. I think you're about to meet new friends that are not going to envy you, actually, and they're going to be awestruck but love you at the same time. So I think it's time for you to move out of this sad energy or out of this stagnant energy and get out into the world, because you're about to make a breakthrough, pile number 2. Okay, pile number 2. So here with the laziness card, I don't really see that people see you, quite frankly, as being lazy at all. That's not the point of the reading whatsoever. Well, in fact, what I think people think about you is that you get things into your life very easily. It's like they don't know. Like, remember when we said in the beginning where you would work so hard in secret, and then poof, all of a sudden you have something and everyone's like, whoa, you leveled up, and they don't know how you did that. And so this leveling up is a result of so much work. But what people see is that you're just so blessed and you get things so easily. And why do you get to have all this money, for example, or all this beauty, or this beautiful body shape, or these great opportunities? Or does it have to be? Why do people keep giving you these amounts of opportunities and want to cooperate and collaborate with you? And that's because of your self-discipline, your high ethical and work skill, and what is it called? Work ethics, and the amount of time that you take care of yourself and what is important to you and your projects. And that's why you are where you are today, pile number 2. And if they think things come easily to you, they definitely don't understand who you are all about. Because Petrified Wood, pile number 2, is all about patience. You have so much self-discipline and patience, which most people lack. And that's why with the Ankh here, you're able to create things into existence. And with the Moon here, you're able to create things out of nothing. And it only comes from you constantly working and having patience. But again, to the outside world, there's a little bit of jealousy here. That's why we have lazy, because they'd rather give you a tag that makes them feel more comfortable than to say it how it is, pile number 2, that you have worked so hard for every blessing that you have today, pile number 2. My God, did I love your reading, pile number 2. And if this resonates, please comment down below and let me know more about you. I would love to get to know more about you. And if you've liked this reading, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye! Hi, pile number 3. So you've chosen this beautiful rhodonite, and what a beautiful stone. And what I see straight away with the rhodonite is that it's a stone about discovering hidden talents to share with others. And so what I see right away is that people really see you as a talented person. I think that you take your talent for granted, pile number 2, and you really see it as not a big deal. But in fact, pile number 2, what other people definitely think is that they admire the talents that you have. They think it's amazing. And I think it's time that you give more to the world of that talent. I think it's time that you have more faith and confidence in what you have to offer. You shouldn't be undervaluing it, which you sometimes do. And I think you need to give out more of that, pile number 3. Show more of what you have, and you'll be surprised with just how much people will love the things that you are about to create. So start to do that, pile number 2, and you really thank yourself in the future for that. And another thing that I see with the rhodonite, because it's a stone all about generosity. So I see you as a person who gives so much of yourself to other people. You don't take much, but I think you are so kind with your giving. And what I see that you don't see about other people is that they want to give you too, pile number 2. You'll be surprised to hear about this, but remember me when this happens. And remember this reading, and remember that I told you this, pile number 2, is that because I know it's so hard for you to believe it now, but really, you have a lot of people around you, pile number 3, that would love to help you back. But I think maybe you feel bad, you feel embarrassed about getting help sometimes. You love to depend on yourself so much. But I think it's time that you give some room to let other people give you as well, because life is all about give and take, and there's nothing wrong with receiving love from others. So look at it from this perspective, pile number 3, that it's all about taking love from other people. All right, so back to the talents again. I totally see that people see you as a very talented person, and I think you have your unique way, of doing things, pile number 3. I think you are able to tap into your subconscious mind and find unique ways of doing things that no one else has done it before. No one does it the way that you do, pile number 3. So I think that whatever you create, you really think that it's not that much, but you'll be surprised to see how much it changes people and how much it really transforms the people around you, even if it's something as small as a painting, pile number 3. So tap into that. And with the Ankh here, it's all about rebirth and recreation, creating a life. So I think you need to tap into that. All right, so let's see what your tarot cards have to say. I've been called to talk a lot about this one, pile number 3. I think I've delivered my message here. All right. So you have integration. This is like the world card. And what I really see here that people see about you is that they believe you to be a very stable person. I think they see a lot of internal strength in you, but at the same time, a lot of love and generosity to you. And I think you're not giving yourself enough credit here, pile number 3. I don't know why. I think you keep looking at your mistakes, and sometimes you could be harsh with yourself. And while it's really amazing to look at the things that were our shortcomings, in order to improve them, it's also equally important to acknowledge who we are. And I think you're so unfair about acknowledging not just your talents, but every amazing thing about you. And believe it or not, with the world card and with the integration card here, what the people around you, what they see you as is everything. They see you as the whole package, the whole 9 yards, pile number 2. And really, I'm wondering, why aren't you seeing yourself as amazing as you are? And I think that this is truly something that you need to think about. It popped up in 2 of your cards, and maybe that's why you clicked on this reading. It's time for you to acknowledge and see who you are for real. And so if you're not really seeing it, maybe you're a bit too humble, but I think your humbleness is kind of like making you eat yourself, to take it quite literally with this symbol. But I think with humbleness, and while humbleness is important, Their self-confidence is equally important. And while you may have self-confidence, I think you need to raise your self-esteem more than that. You need to see yourself for who you are exactly, and not degrade or belittle the amazing things about you. Pile number 3. Whoa, you have the rebel. So pile number 3, the people around you, they see you as very strong. They see you as a rebel, someone who gets up and change whatever they don't like. And I'm surprised. You even surprised me, pile number 3. So the way people see you is that you're this very strong ego-like person who is able to create and change and do amazing things that most other people aren't able to do. And so while you might think that this is quite normal, but no, I'm sorry to tell you, pile number 3, this is amazing. Most people around you cannot do that. And I see you as being a very strong person. I think you take your strength for granted. Now, this is the first time I heard that. I think, pile number 3, that you are not just talented and you're not just the whole package. I think you have a lot of strength that comes with calmness, and you're able to speak out your voice, and you're able to say what you want to say fearlessly. It comes out as decent, as sweet, but it's strong. It's very strong, and it says the message that you want to say exactly. And I don't see you give yourself enough credit for that. I think you may be too focused on your soft spots and on the things that you want to change about yourself. But at the same time, you forget just how much of a strong person that you are. And the whole focus of this reading is to see where you fall short, so that you not just improve, but when you see things from a different perspective, you're able to appreciate yourself more. And this gives you a lot of boost and a lot of confidence to deal with things in a different way. Because why deal with things, why deal with life with burdens and this heavy energy of constantly not liking certain things, when there are so many things that you can feel gratitude towards? And it is this gratitude feeling, pile number 3, that attracts the best things towards you. It's the right frequency to be in, pile number 3. Okay, so let's take a look at the cards that fell for you. 5 of Wands. Wow, pile number 5. I think people see you as a very hard worker. I think you're the sort of person who doesn't give up until they do what they need to do. So I'm sorry, but with all these amazing advantages, how can you not see these things about you? Pile number 3. I can give you a virtual hug. You're so sweet. So I think you're a really hard worker. You work quietly, and you make sure that you get your job done until completion. So there's a lot of drive in you. And since you have this drive, don't always give it towards others. Don't work for no, I'm not saying leave your job, don't get me wrong. I mean, don't just give it to other people or to other companies or to help the people around you. While that's just super impressive and lovely, and never stop that, because that was building a lot of karma for you. But at the same time, you need to put this energy to your world, to your dreams, to achieving exactly what you want. Pile number 3. Wow, that is such a specific reading. I mean, I would love to get to know you in the comments section. You seem like such an interesting, well-rounded person who's humble and doesn't know the gem that they are. Please, pile number 3, I would love to get to know more about you. If you're pile number 3, please let me know in the comment section. Okay, so you have the Queen of Wands here. So remember, we're doing a reading about what other people see about you that you don't see. So what I see here, pile number 3, is that almost everybody sees you as the one with the most light. So you shine so bright, pile number 3. And You look at your shine and you're so humble. You're so grateful for the little shine that you have, but in fact, you on yourself are a whole big blurb of shine. Pile number 3. And I think you should be giving yourself enough credit for that. I think the reason you clicked on this video and in this reading is to know who you are, because that's the beginning of the road towards gratitude, and gratitude really helps you manifest and be in the happy place that you want to be. I also think that there's so much you can give the world by working on your dreams. Pile number 3. You're so interesting. I just don't want to end this. I want to take another card for you. The world, the Empress, right? Like, do we need to continue this reading? Can you be my friend? Pile number 3. Who are you? What is going on? And with all this, you're not giving yourself enough credit? What is going on? With the Empress card here, especially the one depicted in this card, it again shows the generosity that you have. You have the whole world in your womb. Pile number 3, you're so sweet. I love you. You are very worried about the world. You're not a selfish person, and while you shine so bright and you're so beautiful, obviously, and so gorgeous and amazing, I mean, you, like we just said, you shine so bright. You have the world in your womb. You worry about the people around you. You care about nature. You care about you take into consideration everything selflessly, and you're willing to carry the world on your shoulders if you can. Pile number 3. You have no hesitation getting up and helping anyone that comes and asks for your help, and I see why people really love you, and I see why the Empress card would appear. I mean, you're the only person who had an extra card here, and I think it was meant to come out. You have the world and the Empress card. You shine. I think pile number 3, you're an amazing person, and you're not giving yourself credit for that. So pile number 3, please let me know who you are in the comment section. Like I said, I admire you. I have a lot of respect for you, and it's my honor that I've done this reading for you. And if you've liked this reading, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye! Hi, pile number 4. So you've chosen this beautiful stone, the Pyrite. And man, isn't it gorgeous? I mean, they call it the Fool's Stone, the Fool's Gold, because initially people might mistake it for gold. And with the Fool here, pile number 4, I think you're the fool. Because I think you shine so bright, and you're the only one who doesn't know it. I think you give yourself less credit than you deserve, because with the Pyrite here, I mean, Google it, you shine and you are worth so much to people, yet you need to inherently value yourself the way other people value you, the way you shine. And I think you shine so effortlessly. That's the vibe I'm getting. You are quite comfortable in your own skin, but you just don't know how much you're shining. And I think people, it's like the word I'm getting is sought after. You're really sought after. And you don't know just how much people want to be around you, just how amazing you're shining. And I think you don't believe it. Weird. Let's see why you don't believe it, pile number 3. So I think before we move on, the first thing that you need to know about yourself is that you're really shining, girl or boy. And I'm sorry to tell you, but you need to start seeing that. It's no coincidence, again, that you've clicked on this reading. I think this is a strong message that you needed to hear. You need to value yourself for who you are. I think you need to write down all the amazing things about you, because it's really not fair having you not see all of this. Why? Do you see this the shine coming out of the card? Wow. Pile number 4. So let's see what people see about you that you don't. Like I said a million times this week, I'm not taking reversals. So let's just adjust this. Yes, the right way. Woo! Okay, I saw the High Empress, so I'm going to take that. Okay. So let's just shuffle this one last time, right? So you have, and it's really weird that I put these two oppositely, because throughout this whole reading, if you've watched one of the other piles, I put the light seers on this side and the Osho on the other side, or one or the other, but it just came out this way for you. So what I see with the High Priestess here, pile number 2, is that you see your self-worth, but at the same time, you don't. Do you see that there's duality here? It's like you don't see it, but deep down, you can see what I'm talking about. And I think with this reading, it's inviting you to let out this power that you have, to shine like a lion, to walk like a lion, like the King of Wands that you are. Start claiming your power, pile number 4. Start claiming who you are, because deep down, you know what I'm talking about. So why are you preventing yourself from this sort of pleasure? I think people see you, pile number 4, as being amazing in so many ways. I see that they see you as in control of how you appear socially. They see that you have a lot of social strength. You're able to be funny but stand up for yourself. You have this vibe to you, pile number 3, that makes you very freaking irresistible. I really feel it. And people just love your energy and being around this irresistible energy that you have. And you kind of know about this, but you kind of don't know about this. What's going on here, pile number 4? Please let me know in the comment section. Why are you undermining your irresistibility? People love being around you to get this energy from you, this strong energy that you have. This irresistibility that you have. They just want to stand next to you. And that's why you have the Pyrite, pile number 4. And so again, like I said, people see you as strong. People see you as standing up for yourself. You have clear boundaries. And your boundaries are just so sweet because they're clear, but they're in pink. Meaning that you say things nicely, but they're very well hurt. They are very clear, and people really know what you mean when you said it nicely, you know? So that's really, truly amazing there, pile number 4. And another thing that I see that people really see about you that you may not see, because obviously there's a lot of unseeing. If you see the spirit in the stone, you'll see that they're looking down. Can you see them? Not seeing things. They're looking down. And again, you have closed eyes that sees but doesn't see. Can you see that? And so there's a lot of denying or not really seeing yourself for who you are. But at the same time, kind of knowing, you know what I mean? So I lost my trail of thoughts here showing you this picture. And so what did we want to say with the High Priestess here? I think it'll come back to me. When we do the reading, it will definitely come back to me here. So yeah, what do other people see about pile number 4 that they don't see? I know when I edit this, I'm gonna see the first drill and go, oh my god, I wanted to say that. Anyways, I'm sure it's gonna come up because it's meant for you to hear. You're meant to hear it. I know it's gonna come up again. All right, so let's move on here and see what other people see in you that you don't see. Oh, speaking of that, I see something. I see a lizard, and the lizard, funnily enough, since I'm channeling this, it reminds me of the frog, and frog is all about spirituality, and you have the High Priestess here. Whoa, so people see you as being a very deep person, pile number 4. And while you might not think that this is something that is amazing, this is something that people truly love about you. They love connecting with you because you're not a superficial person. Ooh, so since you have all this gold and shine, when people get to meet you and get closer to you, they see that there's such a deepness to you, that you're such a deep thinker, a deep feeling, and you see things quite deeply, and they get to love you even more than what they've admired you in the very beginning. And how can you have this combination, pile number 4, and not admire these beautiful skills that you have? I'm really shocked. I think it's time with this reading that you start seeing yourself for who you are, for the strong person that you are, and at the same time for the amount of depth that you have in you, pile number 4. Okay, so you have morality here. So what people really see about you, pile number 4, is that you are so honest, sometimes to your own detriment. You have very high ethical skills, but sometimes it traps you, pile number 1. And I'm not inviting you at all to stop being, to stop having integrity. That's not what I'm saying here. What I'm saying is that, yes, you do need to be honest, but you need to gift yourself as well. So don't restrict yourself too much in order to be extremely fair to the people around you, while not giving to yourself or restricting your freedom or restricting your time or restricting your passions. So I think this is something you need to ponder on and think, why are you so afraid of being unfair, for example? Does it stem from your sadness, from you being treated sometimes unfairly? And I think you need to start healing that part, because this is the only way you can free yourself from what your morality is doing to you. I mean, your high integrity. Like I said, anything out of balance is not a good thing. So while having very high integrity is a great thing, which people love about you, I think you sometimes need to free yourself from that. Like I said, it's to your own detriment, and you need to be fair to others, but also fair to yourself. I think you're even afraid. You're even afraid to admit that you are attractive, pile number 4. You're afraid to admit the amazing things about you because somehow you've convinced yourself that if you praise yourself too much, that's not a good thing. So I think you need to revise how you talk to yourself, how you don't appreciate yourself, and keep this balance between being humble, but at the same time, it's healthy to see yourself for who you are. And it's important for you to help others and be fair to others, but at the same time, you need to be fair to yourself, pile number 4. Please always remember that. Okay, so let's take another card and see how do others see you, and what do they see about you that you don't see about yourself. Well, this is so interesting. You're reading pile number 4. I'd love to get to know you more. I'd love to get to know my viewers so much. And if you're watching this, you might not be subscribed, but thank you for passing by, and I would love to get to know more about you in the comment section. Oh, this popped out in pile number 2, I think, so you might want to check that out. So what people see about you, pile number 3, is this rosy picture. I think they really see all the wonderful things about you, but they miss to see how you undermine yourself. I think this is only something that you need to work on, because this amount of confidence that you exude, this irresistibility, people think that you know all about it, that you're enjoying this blissful life of being who you are, but they just don't know how much sadness you hold in your heart. And it's time for you, pile number 4 again, of going introspect, writing in your journal all the amazing things that honestly you see about yourself. I don't want to see, because you're not going to be honest here, that you're not seeing really. I think you need to write down what other people are telling you about you. It's time that you listen to the outside voice, and maybe this is why you clicked on this reading. So consult close people. Don't consult everyone, but the people you trust. And it might be hard for you to tell them how you feel, but tell what your problem is at the moment, but ask for their help. Ask them, tell them that you're journaling and that you have a hard time telling yourself what you see is good about yourself, and that this exercise is very important for your spiritual growth. And ask them to help you pinpoint all the amazing things that they see about you. So ask them questions like, what is the first impression that I give out? And while tarot readings will really help you do that, for sure, but I think you really need to hear it from the people around you. Ask them, what's the first impression about you? What do people like about you? And tell them that this exercise is not for you to feel yourself, but it's quite the opposite, because sometimes you don't value yourself for who you are, and you need to paint this picture for you to see. You need to start seeing yourself for who you are, and I really think you have a couple of friends here who are really willing to help you out with this exercise. Pile number 4. And I'm going to pull out another card for you here. Oh, pile number 4. I think one thing that people really see about you that you're not seeing is that spending time with you is really healing time for so many people. Pile number 3. I think this exuberating air that you have, your balance between your softness and your strength here with the High Priestess really makes people being safe around you, because you're strong and they value your opinion. But at the same time, there's something so soft and beautiful about you. Charming is exactly the right word for your reading, pile number 3. And so you have this healing effect on people. They love listening to you speak. They love listening to your opinions. They love how you move. I think you're very slow and steady and calming. Do you know how we watch some YouTube videos because they're so calming? I think this is the kind of effect that you have on people. You are very calm, calming with your voice, your actions, your movements. And I think it really helps heal people. I think they can hold the phone and listen to you talk all day. They'll really enjoy it. You have this serenity to you that is so soft and healing and calming. So pile number 4, that was your reading, and let me know more about you in the comment section. I'm sorry for the outside noise here. I don't know what happened all of a sudden, but it's kind of like awakening call for you. Okay, so let me know who you are in the comment section. I would love to get to know you. And if you've liked this reading, please give me a thumbs up. It was an honor for me to do this reading for you. And please subscribe so that you never miss a video that I upload the next time. I'll see you the next time. Bye!